Killjoy, I think you are the first to arrive since you were heading there as you're texting. When you arrive, you hear the music again. There are plenty of people around. People standing in line outside. It's apparently a very popular place for that specific culture of punks and goths and rock and rollers in general. Jamar is standing outside with his usual stoic face and pose. He recognizes you and he pushes people aside so you can get in.
Alright. Yeah.
Apparently you are VIP now.
Is Mumbles here? Elsewhere.
Are you asking me or him?
I'll ask Jamar actually as well, yeah.
Mumbles?
Yes, the guy who mumbles.
Oh, the
name?
detective. Yeah, he's somewhere around trying to solve a murder that doesn't happen or hasn't happened.
What happened 50 years ago? Yeah,
He should be around.
Thank you. I'll tip him.
He takes it discreetly and puts it in a pocket.
I used to be on good terms with people. And
you have a bit of time before the others arrive. Is there anything you want to do, or do you just want to wait?
I'll start to review the documents. But I'll also see if Mumbles turns up.
He's walking around. People, it's pretty packed in there. It's not a big room. He seems to be in his own usual world and talking to himself. The music is too loud for anyone to hear. There's not a band tonight, but very loud metal is playing, and people are rowdy and drunk and having a good time. The Scarlet's office is usually more quiet. And the receptionist is not the young girl. It's another woman. She is she's dressed in black the same way, letters. She does not have a face full of piercings. She has short hair with a side cut, and she's a bit more friendly as you walk in. And she says, "Can I take your coat, sir?"
Yes, you can.
And she takes it and she hangs it and she gives you a number to hold on to.
Thank you. You seem a little more amiable than your previous role.
Oh, you know teenagers.
Yes. Unfortunately, I do. Several. What's the occasion to have a receptionist at a place like this? It's not exactly the most prosperous, uppity, opulent. I don't know what word you'd use to describe this place politely.
Oh, you know, when people, let's call it dancing, it could get a bit rough. And if you have things in your pocket and you're waving your arms around, we're just trying to limit damages and also just have somewhere where people can leave things they don't necessarily want to have in a pogo.
In that case, he'll take off his bag and go, "You should have this as well, in case things get rowdy."
I'll take care of it. She puts it like discreetly under a table, so you can't really see it, but you know where she puts it.
Thank you. Do you know if I could procure a drink whilst I was here?
Oh, there's a bar, but are you thinking special things? Then you have to talk to Scarlet.
I'll do that then.
She seems very aware of what you want.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering.
You're not blushed either, so.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'll try and organize that, but then I'll wait until people come.
Yeah. Vaughn, you were in the southeast, so you were the next to arrive, and you're greeted with the same thing. Jamar, he sort of pushes people aside, and you're just let in without having to wait.
How's it going?
Hey, bud.
Yeah, and I just hey, and Vaughn walks in and passes the woman and just goes like that to her.
Yeah, it's not the same one.
Oh, it's not?
It's not the same one. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is actually an adult. with
No,
less,
I gotcha.
yeah, less piercings, and she's more friendly. She says, "Can I take your coat, sir? If you're wearing any, I don't know."
No, thank you. I'm cold. So I appreciate it though.
She just says very muffled, "No, you're not," and you walk around. You don't see anyone from yesterday, at least not in the hall, and you can't really see inside the bar. There are too many people. You catch a glimpse of Joshua walking around. He's very. He stands out with his hat and his wicked grin, and he's just seems like he's talking to himself.
And I look over at him and just give like a little smile, knowing how annoying members of my coterie think he is.
He
And
he waves at you and tips his hat, and he starts talking. You can't hear him, but he's talking to you. It's through the door and the noise and everything. It's just you feel that you're having eye contact, and he's just talking.
and I'm just like
Yeah.
doing that. Let's go like that. Little hand signals, like I completely understand, and I just go like I'm like pointing towards like I'm gonna be in Scarlett's room or whatever because I'm assuming that's where the meeting will take place because we were there the previous night.
Yeah.
And then I head in there.
You see Killjoy. He's in there, and no one else is there. Killjoy, you've been there for a while now, so you can hear someone walking upstairs. So someone is home, but they haven't appeared yet.
Killjoy will like smile a big smile.
KJ, my man, how's it going?
Good to see you, Vaughn. Yeah. Strange to have only known you for one night, and yet feel family. That will be very favorable in this endeavor. Please come
Thank you.
sit. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You're very, very warm tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I have a difficult conversation ahead of us, perhaps. One that I hope to inspire you with, but also I do have to entice you. It's a difficult one.
Okay. Is everything all right?
Everything is peachy, I assure you.
Okay.
That's the
all
word
right.
you'd use, isn't it? Peachy.
I use many words, but peachy's very good.
Good. I thought it was probably better than decorous, which I'll save for perhaps the Ass-Kiss King.
I've never even heard of that word before, so sorry. American education. Forgive me.
That explains
But,
a lot. Yes.
I see. But as long as everything's like we're not in an emergency situation, we need to
Not
go
at
into a
all.
bunker somewhere. Like
There's simply an opportunity that has presented itself.
an opportunity under pain of death. Should we
Nonsense.
choose not to take it?
Quite the opposite, I'm assured.
Okay.
I'm gonna interrupt you, guys, just a second. JK, you arrive. You have a different experience than other people, and you're quite used to this. The mortal state don't come close, and it's like Moses parting the water with you. They're just no. So you just walk straight in. They are very scared of you, all of them, or at least there's something about you that unnerves them. You walk in, and the receptionist or whatever you want to call it. What are people called who are sitting like in a wardrobe? What's their
Like
profession?
Black. I guess.
A clerk?
Yeah.
I was gonna say hostess or something. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's just
We know what it is.
cloakroom operator.
She's shocked when she sees you. So it's like in her chat, like, oh shit, for a moment, and she stutters and says, "Can I take your coat, sir?"
No thanks, I'm fine. And he'll just walk straight past me.
Yeah.
Like the chillest dude, and everyone's terrified of him. Like,
Obvious predator, man. You walk into a room where Vaughn and Killjoy are currently having a conversation. You see, obviously, JK enter.
Indecorous means to have decorum. It comes from that kind. JK,
Hello.
you're here.
okay, how's it going?
I'm good. Why
How's
was I called here?
Oh, and then he just looks over at Killjoy.
Sorry, I lost you for a moment.
Why was I called here?
Oh, well, first of all, to touch base, and second of all, to pitch a proposal. There's an opportunity that has landed itself in our lap, and seeing as Mr. Kairos is currently busy, I thought perhaps anyone who was willing to hear the offer could, and we could decide perhaps on whether or not to take it. There's a
He'll sit down in one of the other chairs.
there is a man that has been found to be in possession of something very important. And that thing is something to do with also the incident that occurred yesterday with Project Antigen. He is said to be funding this, and I have little information as to exactly how and why, but he's a man of prestige, being a member of Parliament as well, so perhaps there's some political ties that the Cameron hasn't quite been able to keep him out of. I assumed they were more potent than this. So, we've been handed the kind opportunity to remove him from the picture, knowing where he will be a week from now, and having the means to take him out. But it's not something that ideally I could do on a solo operation, given this man's fame, fortune, friends, and general air of falsiloquence that goes with a lot of ministers such as him.
So we're
Initial
assassins
thoughts.
now. Okay.
I thought of something of a plan on my way over. I know where the Shard is, which is where he's said to be in a week from now, and it is a, as I'm sure you know, very tall building. He is at the highest heights of it, top floor. That is almost unreachable from the outside. Reachable from the inside, but far more dangerous. To leave a secure place like that after a murder would be difficult. So either we are not killing him whilst he is there, or simply perhaps poisoning him, doing some other objective. That is not my area of expertise, though, and the person who came to me with this, I believe that she believes that to take him out quickly with a simple shot from a rifle would be preferential. Perhaps they want a public death.
Well, I think I will defer to your wisdom in this, because I think you're more of the professional here. I don't mean to talk for you, JK, but maybe you're going to be the leader on this?
I can do.
What do
There's a
you...
hospital opposite the Shard. I myself have the abilities to create personas and strong fake identification that should evade even Scotland Yard if they chose to look into it. It'll take me a couple of days, but there is a helicopter landing pad on this place called Guy's Tower. There is a vantage point that would overlook the entrance to the Shard, such that when this man, Charles Dawson, chose to alight his limo, we could light him up. And with the hospital itself, there's means and motivations for people to be moving with any such equipment necessary. And I mean, I will not speak for yourself, Vaughan, but JK at least looks corpse-like if ever we needed to get out in a hurry. Transporting dead bodies is, I hear, all the rage in London.
I gotcha. Storyteller, I have a quick question. just for the record, do I need a specialization in order to fly helicopters and planes, or would my drive, like my drive, the dots in drive and my backstory make it so that I would know how to fly aircraft?
You would have to make the roll for drive, obviously, but a specialization would just help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think drive is any vehicle, actually. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it might be an unfamiliar model, but if you make the roll, you figure it out.
If you don't, we're fucked.
We
And
got time as well.
the only hard part is landing.
Okay. Okay.
But you don't have to roll unless you are doing like you don't have to roll if you drive a car. It's if anything happens, if you have to make evasions or things like that, or drive with one hand and shoot with the other, or things like that.
High speed pursuit.
So if a missile is being shot after you, I will have you make a roll. Do you show the map, by the way, Killjoy?
Yeah. I'll share everything.
Just 1 second then. Wait.
But when you mention the helicopter pad, Vaughn's like,
Okay.
aircraft. I have some history with that. Very interesting.
Oh god.
If we kill him up close, I could get rid of the corpse. Just as a secondary idea.
Wait, what do you mean?
I can get rid of the corpse. It's in the wording.
You can get rid of it.
Dissolve it.
Hmm.
To be more specific.
No evidence left behind.
No identification, at least.
That might be useful. A public death with no body would be a story that would make it even more public. Everyone saw him die, no one knew how. Government covering things up, unease in the system. Perhaps even some inquiries as to what exactly he was involved in. Why was he killed?
Yeah.
Public wouldn't be happy to know.
If I'm lucky, it might be instant disintegration.
Charmed.
Just throwing this out there. If the option's on the table that we could fly in, I can do it.
You can fly aircraft?
Yes, I can.
I thought you'd be useful.
I have many talents.
Well,
Many you would not expect.
I don't know who, apart from politicians and the obscenely rich, drive in London, but I don't know why you would. The streets are so cramped and crowded that many hospitals use air ambulances to get around from place to place. I think we should be able to hook you up with one of these and some practice if needed. And from there, it would be a quick matter of hop in, drop off a body, hop out, pick up a body.
Just gonna ping it. It's actually right there.
Yeah,
It's not a bad plan.
it's
It
of
might
course.
even have a connecting basement if you punch a hole in the right wall.
Yeah, there's no buildings in between. There's the hospital, like the university bit, and I think something else. But there's a hospital with a helipad just looking straight down into the entrance of the shard. So it's pretty much perfect for a vantage point. It might be too close. That would be the only issue.
You hear footsteps coming down the stairs. Do you roll it all together, or you don't care about the documents?
Can't unspill beans, so I will hide them for now.
Yeah. I'm toying around with this still, so I have to be able to do it fluently for when we do combat maps. So it's just an experiment for me.
That's all good.
Gabriel is the one who's coming downstairs. You hear the heavy footsteps of biker boots, and he's just peeking down and say, "Oh, all the low clans are here. Hey, mates." He joins you.
How are you doing,
To
Gabriel?
jack your shit.
Mm.
I'm good. better now that you didn't bring the other two. What do I owe the visit?
We have taken the liberty of using a mutual meeting ground, and we thank you for some of that. Oh, good God, I sound like Alex. Ugh.
It's fine. It's from being around them. I'm the same way with Adrian, and even though I suggested it several times, I couldn't stop calling him Mr. Alex or Mr. Kairos. It's just weird being around them.
Oh.
Adrian I respect in some way, even though she's vengeful, she's been pushed in the same way that I have by Blackstone. He's a monster. Make no sense. Make no mistake. And he will take everything from you in order to get what he wants.
Well, what do you intend to do about him then?
He sort of gauges you all, see if you can be trusted. I'm just gonna ask you out of character, all of you, are any of you fiercely loyal towards him?
No way.
I didn't think so.
We're all like
That was so
outsiders.
unanimous, yeah.
Yeah, outsiders anonymous.
He opens up a bit. You are all low clans, and he says, "Well, at some point, I don't even want the Camarilla to continue. I think we're looking at, what's the expression, a gift horse in the mouth. I mean, Mithras is an issue perhaps, but he's in my mind he has the right idea of carving everything into baronies. I heard that's what he did before the Camarilla arrived. All of Britain was just carved into baronies, and I quite like that idea, being an Anarch, of course. So really I just want to have my own place where Blackstone does not have any influence or say, which apparently Alex promised me, but I don't think he can keep it.
He did he?
He's talking about a new world and a new Camarilla and doing things differently, and I might be inclined to believe him. It depends on how well he deals with poor Judith. I'm keeping an eye on him should anything happen to her. And I said this to him, I'll put a boot up his ass.
Good man, good man.
Nice.
The way I look at Alex, I like him. Like, I like him as one of the only Ventru. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool.
Well, he does the rock and roll. Well, I'm just worried it will fade with age, or perhaps when Blackstone gets his claws in him, for real.
Yeah, or like every kind of diplomat or politician, once they actually get power,
Exactly.
they just do whatever they want anyway.
Exactly. Power
It's not
corrupts.
temporary, necessarily evil.
He's whatever he needs to be sometimes, I'm sure.
Can I ask? I know what he wants, and I had a conversation with him. What's your reason to continue on living? I mean, you don't have to answer. I'm just curious. Maybe we can help each other. I feel like we should stick up. We should look out for each other.
My purpose for being around long after my expiration date is I just want to have lots of fun. I just want to do everything that I wasn't able to do when I was alive. Just get to know a lot of people, experience things,
I am.
a whole gamut of different sensations.
I'm truly sorry for what happened to your clan. It must have been hard.
And Vaughn does get taken aback for a second. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll just say this much. I'm not as afraid of Mithras for the very fact that I went through what I did. I'll just say it's really weird when your own blood talks to you. That when you hear about some Methuselah vampire claiming domain. It just doesn't seem as scary once you experience something like that. So
I don't expect we'll ever run into him. We are not important enough, I think.
but I'll just
Yes.
say this much, and maybe this will help you sleep better during the day. There's always a bigger fish,
That is true.
even one's bigger than Mithras.
Let's just hope they keep sleeping. If you believe in that.
For all your sakes. And he looks at everyone there. I hope they do. And then he just kind of like sits back, sort of just gets quiet for a little while.
Yeah.
It's weird that I haven't seen you before, Killjoy, before yesterday. I feel like you would fit in with us. Being I don't know actually what you are, but you're not high clan, I assume.
You can assume that if you would like. It would make you feel more comfortable.
Nah, you don't strike me as the type. You're well dressed, but you seem like a man who values his freedom and privacy. Am I guessing wrong here?
This money's been self-made, if that's what you mean, rather than gifts from generations above.
So you earn what you keep, or the other way around. You keep what you earn.
Everyone should keep what they earn. Everyone should be entitled to what they have earned. And that includes both monies and respect.
I wholeheartedly agree. That is the Anak way. You do not keep it on main unless you can hold it. Unless you deserve it. Unless you're, I don't want to say followers, your community. They respect you. Because when you lose that respect, you lose your privilege of guiding them. I wouldn't call myself a baron, but the remaining they look to me.
A leader, then, of some sort. But
I think they
you wish to lead?
just want safety. I do not wish it. It was forced upon me. My elders and the ones who knew better, they perished when they threw incendiary grenades into our bar.
Shit.
Right after the heralds left. At least one of them. Marin was there too. She survived.
Well, I will say I'm not one for baronies and barons and whatnot. But if anyone's deserving of that kind of position, I'd say it's you, Gabriel. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders.
I
And
don't ask much.
good on you for keeping Alex in line about Judith. I appreciate that.
That's what we're supposed to do. They may be hard to kill, but we hit really hard.
Excellent.
And the same thing with all Ventru. Their arrogance will be their undoing. Just as we all have a thing that we need to contend with. For me, it's temper. I can get a bit hot-headed if provoked.
Ah. Yes.
And that seems to happen instantly when I'm confronted with a Ventru. Except for Adrian, but she is more... She does not use her... How do I say this? You know, they can dominate, and she's never done it to me.
That you know of.
That I know of. Oh, I would be aware.
I'd be careful around her, my friend.
Oh, I don't trust her. I trust her as far as I can throw her, but she's like Alex. She's a bit different, but it might be age. But she's still a puppet. I don't know. Did you hear about what happened?
Happened about what?
one of Blackstone's experiments. He forced me and Adrian to make a child, one Anarch, one Camarilla, force them in the same room, make them work together. Until they couldn't, and we both lost our children when they were no longer of use. They were doing too well, in my opinion, and Blackstone didn't like it. That experiment proved that we could work together without any preconceived notions of what an Anarch or a Camarilla is. Putting a Ventru and a Bruja in the same room, newly born, giving them domain and see what happens, and unfortunately it didn't work out, and we both lost something.
I'm really sorry.
That's why I really hate him, but I also know how much power he has.
Well,
if Mithrax takes the city, then he won't have anything left.
That's true, but you've seen he is. I don't even know where he sleeps. He just has his little warlock make the portals and everything, and he appears and disappears as he wants to, which is quite unnerving.
Well, I'll just say this much. Any kindred that would be so threatened by simple solidarity between two different groups that they see that as a threat to their own relevancy and their position of power, probably not that strong. So maybe take a little comfort in that. Maybe Blackstone showed his vulnerability with that experiment you mentioned.
I think you're correct, but I also know he can make a whole room do as he wants just by speaking.
I gotcha.
And that is why I have learned in my previous employment it is best to bring earplugs and sunglasses everywhere you go. They cannot affect what they cannot affect. You cannot be interacted with. You're safe. Anything from contacts. Earplugs. I could tell a silly story once of plan gone wrong. You know, not the best when plans go wrong. Resorting to a pair of earmuffs that were a frilly pink. Not exactly the most fear-inducing sight. A demon of death with snuggly ears.
I mean,
whatever works.
Yeah, if it's functional, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, here's to outliving him, one way or the other.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Any of you gentlemen want something to drink?
Yes.
I have.
Yes, please.
I have a few bags upstairs. If we're talking the Crimson, or if it's just beer, then you can go to the bar. He walks upstairs and he brings down what are they called? The one you let wine breathe in.
Decanter.
A canter, that's the word.
Yes.
Full of blood, and he pours you each a glass. It's very cool.
This might be a stupid question, but if I were to take a little bit of I'm trying to get the high functioning addict effect. If I were to add something to the glass that he's given me, would that work, or does it have to be like a person's living blood with it already in the system?
Technically, it has to be.
Okay.
If what's imbibed by someone, it has to be in their system.
Okay.
So it doesn't give you that. It's completely. It doesn't have resonance or anything like that. I mean, JK, you're used to it, but it's bland.
I prefer when there's no resonance.
It sates you, but it's not really tasteful.
I say I appreciate it, but I have let's just say I need to make some preparations, gentlemen. And he stands up and he walks. It's right if I just do a quick little hunt roll and go to the bar, maybe find like a group of people who I can tell are on like ecstasy or something like that, and just quickly because I'm trying to get that high function addict.
I'm just thinking of the role, because the issue here is not hunting. There's plenty of things, but you have to find someone who is on your particular drug.
Or I could give it to them because I have some on me, like alternatively.
Then I would say if you do a wits and awareness, or if you give it to them, then it would be a charisma and persuasion.
I was going to say, can I come along and because KJ is interested in how other people feed as well, and so he will offer to come and help. And if that means taking it, and it won't affect him at all, but just that will mean other people are more likely to, and things like that, and just aid in this thing.
If Vaughn has no issue
Of course,
with
you want to come with?
So how you want to do it? Do you want to fight someone who's already on it, or do you want to persuade someone to take it?
I'll try first to see if I can find anyone on it, like see if their eyes are dilated, if they're I can see kind of mannerisms.
A wits awareness or wits streetwise.
Those are the same for me, so I'll do wits and awareness. A 3.
3 is plenty. Ecstasy, you said, right?
Any kind of like hallucinogen, something like that. Yeah, something along those lines.
I've never been on ecstasy. I don't know if you hallucinate, but you'll find.
I think it enhances things.
You will find someone who is on something and seems a bit spaced out. And they are more than inclined to let you kiss them, because everything feels nice and things like that.
Hell
yeah. You don't take away any hunger, because I believe you're already at 1.
I'm already at 1, yes.
But you get your bonus die to all the things.
Bless you. You are very generous. Thank you.
Nice. And obviously you feel the effect and hallucinate a little bit. You're quite in a good mood.
I turn around and I look at Killjoy. Eyes the eyes are completely really dilated. I'm like, I'm ready.
And I've seen something new. Much less physical than mine.
Of course.
You hear from behind you, the raven is flying high, really high. I wonder when he's gonna descend. I can't talk to a flying raven.
Oh,
it's Josh.
Yeah.
And he just looks over at Josh, and he's just like, that's the trick. Once you reach a certain height, the drafts will just carry you along forever.
He was too far away for where I can hear anyway. It's just the music is really loud, so you can just hear the narrating voice through all of it. And then he mumbles something and says, "There had to be a witness to the murder," and he walks towards the bar.
And I just looks at KJ.
He seems like he's looking. He's looking for a witness to a murder in the same bar every night.
Damn. I really like that guy, KJ. I really do. Please don't kill him. Please
Why would I
don't.
What? No.
Just.
It's probably useful for one. I
really
definitely do not
sure.
believe he's truly that.
JK, have you come along?
I believe I sat down and drank the blood from the decanter.
Yeah, you can take away 1 if you want to, if you're hungry.
Nice.
Can Vaughn and I come back in, and if JK's sitting in the exact same place as last time, go, has someone died here recently? Ask the exact same questions, mumbles.
Yeah.
Do you want me to find out? Is that what you mean?
I was just wondering if someone had died here.
You can do that.
Do you want to check the shroud?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can use Greater Shroud things.
Ah.
Yeah, Oblivion and Wits.
I think it's Wits and Oblivion or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I also have to rouse.
Yeah.
I'll do the rouse check first.
Well, you have a whole decanter of wine, so but you don't get any more hungry.
Yay. And then, by the way, you said that there was no resonance in the blood. Does that mean that it has a total lack of resonance? Because that gives me additional stuff for Oblivion.
It's not a. I think you're thinking of apathy.
Oh no, just that if the blood has no resonance, it increases Oblivion, I believe.
I think there needs to be apathic, like psychopaths. Because like bagged blood, it's usually fractionated or something's been done to it. But I get what you're saying, but no, you don't get bonus from this particular blood.
Okay.
Ooh.
4 successes.
4.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
The shroud is normal. It's not thick. It's not thin. It's like it is most places. There has been death. There has been life over many years. Nothing too recent or anything like that.
There's been no death here recently. Long ago, maybe, but nothing that should.
And now you think of it, it's actually quite impressive for a Kindred's haven that there has been no deaths recently. Usually, once in a while, someone slips. But not here, it seems. Or maybe there's something in the room right now that's thickening the shroud. There is a lot of random shit in here, like dream catchers and weird plants and feathers, but you don't think they have any effect.
Okay. Yeah, no, nobody's died here recently at all. Why do you ask that? Did you see someone fall over, or what's going on?
No, just mumbles.
The child.
Is it something yet to come? I don't know how this all works.
They're not completely present at any time, really. Don't worry about it.
Very well.
Almost like he can hear you, he pops his head in and looks at you all. And in his normal voice, he just says, "Hi, fellas."
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. What are you doing here?
We're gonna do
Planning
something.
matter.
Yeah.
They were on the case as well. Maybe they had information I could acquire.
Nobody has died here in a very long time, Mumbles.
He looks over his shoulder. Who's he talking to?
To you.
I'm quite sure someone has died here recently. I'm looking for a witness. Perhaps it's you. He looks very...
Perhaps.
And I need you to make a roll.
Just you.
Let me check what it is.
Disintegrate. You are dust, yeah.
It was you, wasn't it? It was you.
Dun 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 dun.
Composure and subterfuge.
Would my unswayable mind help here?
Yes. Very much so. And I'm gonna make a roll at the same time so you know your difficulty.
Subterfuge, composure, +2.
And I need to roll a intelligence auspice.
4.
4? Before your willpower anything. Wait, that was the wrong button. Never mind. What's intelligence and discipline? There we go.
Oh.
2. And you're at 4. Which means he can't see shit. He just sort of looks at you and says, "Something that's never happened before just happened. I can't see inside his mind."
Killjoy puts his shades on and says, "If you ever try that with me, succeed or fail, I will break you."
Try what? He looks confused.
See inside your mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. He leaves the room very rushed.
Don't you want to help commit murder? Kind of shout.
He's gone.
Okay.
You scared him.
Fair.
Yeah. He's a bit of a coward detective, but yeah. Gabriel is still there. He's just smiling with a big grin. He thinks it's funny. Don't mind him. He's harmless. I can't
like
figure
that.
out if he's trying to solve something that happened or he's going to. He's looking for a witness to a murder that I'm not aware that anything happened here, and I have had people check for ghosts, and I haven't found anything.
No one has passed over here in quite some time, so no. It's probably a death in the future.
It can be difficult sorting all the bullshit from the wisdom.
Such as Malkav's children.
Yeah, and he's special, that one.
Aren't they all?
I mean, no internal thought, or yeah, that's. I haven't seen that. Usually they just have fits of something, but and he hasn't used, what do they call it? Dementation. He hasn't made people go crazy in here either.
As far as you're aware.
But I am very aware of what goes on here. And he knows the rules. I don't know if he actually remembers them, but I've told them to him.
The singes from yesterday would indicate that perhaps he doesn't always remember the rules.
Yeah, until he does something, I'm not gonna tear his arm off and beat it with him. With the wet end, of course.
Would it just be a slap if it was the other end, you know?
Yeah,
Just be slapping him with his own arm.
yeah, that's just inviting people to a duel. But excuse me for a minute, I have to check on something. And he walks out into the bar area. You still hear footsteps from upstairs. It's bare feet from the sound of it. It's not the clunk 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 of heels or from a soul. You assume it's Scarlet.
And your titans at that.
The lights start to flicker. The room goes dark.
Sense the unseen.
Yep.
Red eyes. Let's see in this darkness.
Oh yeah, I have to roll damage. 3.
3. You see something a bit different than the others. You actually see the shadows forming like a living thing and darkening a corner. And you all see Mirren step out through the wall from the shadows, and the light comes back on. And she just nods and says, "Gentlemen," and looks at you, Vaughn. You're back.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Just out getting dinner or breakfast.
Ooh. What'd you have?
Someone who's not gonna be missed.
Oh, I see.
I prefer them scared, she says with a wicked smile. especially if if their profession is scaring others.
I like that. I think that's good.
So, what are we up to? She sits behind the desk and puts her feet up.
Planning murder. Just almost resigned.
Well, aren't we all?
Regretting his choice of venue, perhaps. Yeah.
Planning anything I can assist with? For a boon, of course.
Only if you're able to procure an air ambulance helicopter.
I usually don't have need for it, but I can pretty much get people to do whatever I want them to.
Oh,
You could always steal one. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Or are you gonna steal one without being noticed?
And as far
have
as I
my
know,
way.
they have trackers in them.
yes, it would be good if this was above board. I can create some identification as well.
And electronics have a way of fizzling out around me. There's
My only concern...
a mirror, like on the... What would that be? Her left side, just a small round mirror. She has no reflection.
Mm-hmm. My only concern with, getting the paperwork and stuff is that it leaves a paper trail.
Oh, it leads a paper trail to someone who does not exist, though.
Oh, I see.
Give
Alright.
me a couple of days. It's not Vaughan Hampton, but instead Oscar Yudkowsky, who is born and bred in England, studied at Bristol, and ended up going into paramedic field due to, the traumatic events that he had as a child, and there will be proof of his adoption papers and everything going back years. I can get that sorted. That is not the issue.
Alright. I like that.
The name, of course, can be changed. Perhaps someone from the US would be a better name for you.
No, I think Yukowski is a good name. I think that's good.
Very well.
What are you trying to get into? Did you need to fly?
And just not getting into there by flying. It's simply a means of transportation that helps us blend in. Air ambulances are common, invisible, and everywhere.
Like cabs?
Yes, I suppose. You a cat lover?
No, it's just taxis everywhere and you usually don't notice who's driving them.
Ah, cabs. I heard cats.
Oh, no, animals, they run when they see me. I haven't been able to keep a pet since my embrace. Most
Or
things
perhaps
are...
they're wise to fear you.
well, I have the same thing in me as he does, and she looks towards JK. The
Things-
potential
things are
for pure
afraid of us.
evil?
Oh, yeah.
Ah. No big deal.
Let's say we have an extra layer on top of our beast that we have to contend with. Seeps into the very soul of a person, and mortals, they die instantly.
That's what the shadow thing in the room just were, if you were asking. Or wondering.
Sort
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Christ.
No, none of them are there, I believe.
Man, you guys are harsh in my vibe right now, guys. This is just fucked up shit, bro. What the fuck?
Girl just want to have fun. Is that right?
Of course. What else is there to do? When you have your victory, when you get paid, do you just hang out and do nothing? No, you go out and have fun.
You should
That's-
You should talk to... Oh, what was her name? You should talk to Elaine, perhaps. She needs to be shown fun.
It's like you read my mind. You have to make a roll. I'm just trying to find it, Killjoy.
I'm trying to remember if Elaine hates me or not.
You just kind of insult her entire house. You're like, it's really boring. I want to climb everywhere. The only way to have fun in this. Yeah.
This
The
place is
calorie lady.
place is
Composure
shit.
and intelligence. Difficulty 5.
Can I just fail now?
You don't have
You
to
got
make the
this.
roll. You can always take half.
Oh,
If you're
I'll
if
just
you're
fail now.
if you're afraid of bestial failures and things. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you can crit and you can rouse, but you can always just say I'll take half.
Sure.
If you feel and you're instantly aware that it's Elaine, you feel a pull. You can resist it, but you feel like she's pulling you towards her, and you are aware of where she is. You can't point on a map, but you know how far and in which direction. It's from the entrancement has faded. You're not infatuated with her anymore. It was a crit and it lasted about 18 hours, but we are way beyond that.
Yeah.
But it's been used on you, so you're being summoned. In other words. You feel like you have to get there, but it's not like you throw everything and just leave. It's just that pull will remain there for the rest of the night.
Yeah. They're just like cleaning underneath his fingernails. I'd say something like, and speak of the devil, she seems to want me. Some form.
What?
That's very straightforward said.
And I'm looking at both his hands. Like I don't see a phone or anything. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
There's some form of. He just stares straight towards her, kind of.
Yvonne literally like
Yeah.
looks over there, expecting to see something like
In a northwestern direction.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I can barely name all the clans. My ineptitude in these matters is only perhaps dwarfed by my ineptitude in the larger matters of all that goes on with us. Plan so much seems useless when so many still can be operated on by the normal means. I don't know what protects me and nothing else. Apparently, shades don't protect from this form of longing, this beacon.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
You do?
Are you in love with her? You can tell
I
me.
wish.
It's okay. You're among friends here. I look to JK, look to Marin.
You were yesterday, but it seems to have faded.
There was certainly a high, but I've heard that the honeymoon phase is supposed to last longer than 18 hours.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think
I see.
perhaps I wasn't wearing sunglasses.
Ah.
I
Well,
was being nosy. I like to rile people, find out what makes them tick.
and she went Ventru. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking. Ventru. You know what I'm saying?
I believe I understand. I have somewhat of the opposite effect on most. But
I got you.
I've heard that there is a. I believe the ass kisser has displayed similar abilities.
The ass kisser.
Yes, Alex Kairos, ass kisser.
That's why I'm like, I automatically knew who you were talking about. We're just
Your
dogging him
bones
while
and
he's gone.
vibes.
Right now he's making like millions of dollars right now as we speak. You ever think about that?
Likely.
He's not that good. Probably not quite millions yet.
Oh, you think hundreds of thousands?
Perhaps, but even a man as rich as that, some will go to the concert itself, and the payment and the setup is
I got you.
famous, but it's not enough to buy what he has, and that's what irks me.
I got you. I wonder. So, if we do this big fat kill that we're about to do, all right? what do we get out of this? Are we just gonna get a hand pat, like, well done?
Oh no,
Well done,
don't worry, it's
servant,
worse
my
than
humble
that.
and faithful servant.
We get a
Is that all we're
major
gonna?
boon from the prince.
And what
Which,
does that mean?
well,
That we continue living for a little while? Is that?
No, it
Fantastic.
means he owes us quite big.
yes,
Hmm.
credit on the devil.
Yes,
I
but with a
really-
major boon, he would
Yeah.
have to essentially offer us almost
Nothing
anything we would
tangible.
ask for.
Perhaps something we'll need in the future, but nothing we need now.
Hmm. I don't know. It seems too up in the air, to be honest with you. But what am I? I'm just this stupid little Ravnos, high off his gourd. What do I know? You know.
I also procured
So-
some blood for payment as well, but
Well, that's good. That's important.
something physical. There may be other things. Adrian was very. She seemed like she wanted it to happen. If I name extra terms after finding extra difficulties, then
Hmm.
I'm sure she'll agree if there's anything either of you would like. Perhaps knowledge, information, a venue of your own, or access to interesting places, interesting people. To keep the
I'll-
helicopter warm.
Ooh. Ooh.
There is
I was
no
about to
way
say-
he would be able to keep it more than one night. Let us be honest.
You know not of what you speak, J.K. You know not. I'll just say this much. I have a history. Like everybody. I wasn't always in the UK. And I'm a bit more capable in this regard than you guys probably know. But I understand you being hesitant.
Hmm.
I understand, okay? But if I got an aircraft out of this, I guess it'd be pretty cool. I guess I'd be okay with that.
Well, that's one. No luck to JK.
I have ideas, but nothing tangible as of this moment.
Adrian apparently knows Henry quite well.
Hmm.
Is anything the Nosferatu could give to you?
I already have plans with them, don't worry about that.
That's in character. Typically unnerving.
Yeah, that's very ominous.
We got a
Don't
new
worry.
ring.
Nah, it's old.
No, okay.
Killjoy, can you make a willpower roll for me? Difficulty 2.
Yep. Is that just a number of dice?
Just do a willpower roll. It'll do it automatically. And then it will ask you for the difficulty.
Look at that. Character sheet. Willpower. Willpower roll. Modifiers. Nothing. Okay, just rolled it.
It's fine. The pull is getting stronger, but you can still sit down.
Yeah.
Are you alright, Killjoy?
Yes, I just got someone under my skin.
Does my ring unnerve you that much?
Yes, but no. Yeah. Not the ring. The wearer. Which, for me, is a compliment.
Thank you.
Can you really disintegrate someone?
Once they're no longer moving, yes.
This I would like to see.
Bring me a corpse and I'll show you.
Terrifying.
No corpse, no murder. I mean,
left behind,
how
just
many
like-
crimes have gone unsolved because they couldn't find a body?
Killjoy will just quote ashes to ashes instead.
Dust to dust.
Man, you guys are weird. Just like kind of like just hanging back, like what the fuck.
Mirren leaves the room during your conversation. It
Yep.
seems you're and she does not know if she's supposed to hear it or not. So she walks out. But at this point, you hear bare feet come down the stairs, and it's just Scarlet. And she's walking down the stairs, almost dancing. So some music in her head. She smiles at you and goes, "Hey."
Hey, girl.
Sorry, I was just saying I'll be off, but I'll catch you next time, perhaps.
Oh, you're not staying for tea?
No, I already have one batch. I will not presume on your... Fuck you, Alex. No.
I'll have a small. I'll have a little bit of tea, please.
Oh, forgot the tea, and she walks upstairs.
But with blood, please. I can't drink it otherwise.
We do not wish to sit and listen to her mumblings. We should leave now.
You're probably right. I do like her a lot, though. She seems pretty cool.
She seems quite nice, yes.
And
Killjoy, you
to see
hear
Elaine?
the beast inside you growling at the mention that she's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One... Gotta think of something.
so
You
Vaughn
decide.
will just quit. Oh, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
No, I'm just asking are you leaving, all of you?
Yeah, Vaughn will pull out like a little bit of scratch paper, write down his number, and say like, "Hey, we could do business." And there's a little cartoon he quickly draws of a guy going like that. So like, it kind of looks like Vaughn, but it's like really scratched on real quick, and puts it on her desk, and is like, "All right." Follows KJ out.
You get the
Big
coat.
balls.
Obviously, it's people are moving away from you guys, and it takes you a moment, and you figure out it's JK. They're scared of. They do not want to be near him, even when they're drunk and completely obliterated. They sway away from him, almost instinctively.
I have this effect on people.
Yeah.
When you get outside, the whole line moves 2 steps back. It's around, what, 10 in the evening?
This how you usually get around?
I can just walk wherever, yeah. People just get out of my way.
Be useful in a queue. The British love queuing.
If you want to get in front at a concert.
It's this mosh pit with a 3-meter radius, completely clear zone.
Everyone's doing like the side eye, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? What is? Ew, what is that?
There's
Like,
a guy with a briefcase going
Yeah.
for it.
it's like it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
You are being pulled in a northwestern direction.
Yeah. I was going to actually say then, well, perhaps it's best we don't go via public transport. And I don't have a car with me. A cab driver may have a similar reaction. What do we think?
Do you want a car?
Can you
I can
drive?
get you one. Of course I can drive.
Of course, you can get me one.
Of course I can get you one.
Well, do you want to get us one then?
Mm-hmm. All right. I'd like to get a car, please.
I'd like
Yes.
to check that the place he's trying to get a car is not observed, or
I
just
would
help
like
him
to
get
get a
a...
car.
It's going to be a drive and larceny.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you'll probably have
Oh.
to roll either one and add the other on top, because I don't think roll 20 lets you do
No.
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah,
can
it's
just,
like
roll 70-10 or whatever.
so. Add up my drive, add up my larceny.
yeah.
And then-
do you want to rouse?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. No.
You gain
Okay,
a hunger, but
I'm hungry.
your beast is very happy, so you get 3 extra dice.
Oof. And I'll do silence of death as I'm going over. Just like, go over to a car, find a place that there's no one. I just start, clockwork going through it. I think I like slide something into like the little door thing, just working on it, and I will drive plus larceny, so that's 5 dice,
Plus
and
3.
then plus 3. Do I add any other thing to it?
No, it's I think you will get the roll plus 5 total or something like that, perhaps.
I got you.
Yeah.
So is it like slash roll 8d10 or something?
Yeah. One of them has to be, 2 of them has to be hunger dice. That's why I
Let's do
want
like-
you to do.
Just do the first 2 or the last 2 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do like
Either that or click on drive and then add 5 dice to the roll.
Yeah.
If your larceny
Yeah, that would work.
is
Yeah.
2.
yes.
Yeah.
It's asking for an attribute though.
Yeah, it's don't.
Oh.
I think you can just say okay and move on and
Or you could put it in something and take away those dice.
Or like my resolve is 2, which is the same as my larceny.
Yeah.
just use
That
that
works.
and add 3. It's fine. It's the same amount of dice.
Nice.
Come on.
Yeah,
Holy
baby.
Messi crit.
So
With a 7.
So he just goes over. He's like, "Oh, that's a 19. No, it's like a 2002. Very nice vehicle. Very nice.
You get inside the car.
Mm-hmm.
You turn it on. It starts, and your beast just reacts, and you just claw through the dashboard and pull out the alarm and throw it away. Obviously, it made a bit of noise, but you have a car now that you can drive.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine them on like the sidewalk nearby, and I just drive up to them like, get in, like with the window down, like.
People are looking a bit, but they're drunk, and you don't think that anyone noticed it. All of you can do a wits and awareness, though. No, I'm just thinking.
Oh.
It's a passive roll, so I'm not gonna hit you with the beast.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry. One
You
success.
are very merciful, thank you.
JK2.
I think that was it. No.
Hmm?
Wasn't that everyone?
Killjoy,
Yeah,
one.
I got one.
Okay. Nope, nobody noticed you. And you drive off across the Thames, and I assume you're just pointing out direction, Killjoy.
Yeah, I know London.
And you end up outside or at least a block away from a police station near Liverpool Street. And the police coming from inside.
I think perhaps I should not enter.
I mean, if you step out of the car, it's probably a good idea to blush. Police have a tendency of noticing things. But right now you're not parked right out front. You just you can see that it's quite a tall building, and when you see, I imagine, Vaughn, when you see the police sign, you stop the car immediately, which is why you're a few blocks away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not best to stop opposite a police station in a stolen vehicle.
Of course.
But Killjoy, you are aware that Elaine is in there and she's still trying to get you. Or maybe she's just trying to let you know where she is.
I'm assuming I can't. But I will try and ping back something. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know if it has any...
Completely clueless, so...
You don't know if it has any effect, but...
Yeah.
You concentrate for a moment. Actually, let's do a roll. Let's do a resolve and... What would that be? Wits and resolve.
Sure. Oh,
3. All right. I'm just gonna note that. I'm not gonna tell you if anything happened.
JK, you don't want to come in?
I don't think it's a good idea. You saw how other mortals walk around me.
Fair enough.
In a police station, there would most likely be guns pointed at me quite soon.
Vaughn, how fun would be trying to take someone out of the police station?
I think it's possible, depending on if you say the right things.
What exactly is the right thing?
First, play it cool. You didn't do anything wrong. We're not in a stolen vehicle. You didn't get here in a stolen vehicle. 2, I forgot what the other ones were. But we can just give it a go. If you want, I can just do it.
If you wish, but I know you're good at talking. I'm good at getting what I want, but generally through means that do not go down well with the police.
Well, she's your woman. What do you
Uh,
recommend?
Killjoy, I'm gonna remind you of one of your contacts.
Yeah, I know. I'm assuming they're not at this particular police station,
Maybe.
but would I know where they were?
That's the thing. How to do a luck roll. I'll do a luck roll.
I leave it. Way that we proceed is up to you. She is yours. She is the love of your life.
It is the station he works at.
Ah, fantastic. Okay. Well, in that case, I know someone here that may be able to help things go smoothly for us, as long as you say, we play it cool.
Excellent.
And he'll put in one earbud and play something on his iPod and go, "Shall we then? JK, would you mind looking after the car?
Sure.
If anything happens to it, it's just a car."
Mm-hmm. You can just leave it. I give him the keys.
Oh, don't worry. If there's any ash in here afterwards, someone might have entered.
I understand.
Play it cool. And he'll blush of life and then
Blush of life as well. Yeah, I gotta do that too. No.
Rush it.
No.
Hunger gain. Back up.
Hunger
Ow!
gain. Come
What
on,
do you got?
no.
3?
I have a 3 now.
Oh.
just existing.
That's your steady 3.
Ah!
Have you ever made one of these? Have you ever succeeded?
I don't know.
Maybe
I think
once?
it's one time.
Yeah.
One time I'm like, I'm not hungry. Well,
Each of your beasts speaks. Vaughn, I like this. This is dangerous, walking into a police station. Things might happen. Killjoy, why are we doing this? What is she to you?
She's a friend, and she comes with benefits.
Be careful. You walk up the stairs, and you're really lucky. You're. Let me just find his name, because I have given him one. Eric Taylor is standing outside, smoking a cigarette. He jumps up as he sees you, and almost drops his cigarette. And he holds out his hand and like gesturing, like, "Get the fuck back."
Not for the usual reasons, Eric.
And he starts walking down the stairs towards you.
I'll reach out to shake his hand.
He's just not doing anything because there are cameras behind him. He's like, "You can't be here at the moment.
Oh. Well, perhaps my associate Evan here can.
You were both seen on camera outside the gallery without body heat.
oh,
You can't go in there. That's the reason why she's there."
Well, we'll leave now, but we need you to get her out. You understand?
That's way above my pay grade. They can only keep her for 24 hours.
Yes, that's the issue. We need her out.
I can mediate, perhaps.
I have an
Yes.
idea that it could be very dangerous. Are you guys ready for it?
Of course, Ed.
What if we get all the cops to come out here?
That sounds dangerous. You're right.
What if we go for it?
Hmm.
Listen to me. All right. Stolen car. Explosion. Or I could probably devise something. You know, I'm in a really good mood right now. Maybe I could, you know, do something. Like I'm open to suggestions. But whatever we can do, maybe the cops could come out here, take her out. I mean, you can go in and take her out.
They're on high alert at the moment. There's some special police in there as well.
Okay.
I can't be seen talking to you. Is there any message I can get to her? He sort of looks around very, very nervously.
Don't love her. She's fucked. We're going to try and help her anyway.
I don't know how though, but it's just 24 hours, right? They don't have anything to keep her. They're just interrogating her because of you guys, really. They're really looking for you. And apparently she is... They did tests on her, and they're really keeping her, and they used special things to sedate her. I'm not sure it's legal, actually.
Oh, what the police do doesn't have to be legal.
It seems like a human rights violation.
Well, we're not human.
I love
So
you.
the world doesn't apply to us, isn't that?
Evan,
Oppressive regime
not
101.
here.
He just looks confused and starts walking into the building, and she just like, call me, and walks in.
Hold on. No, come back here.
He looks around nervously again and just... What?
I activate Daunt. I activate the Eyes of the Beast, and I tell him, "You did not hear what my friend Evan just said. I have people who know where you live.
I
You
assume
did not
you don't
hear
only
that."
do it for like a moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah.
you're gonna call the attention of all the
Yeah.
things around you.
Yeah. I just give him a flash of pure intimidation.
He said, "Oh, of course," and he sort of just runs inside. He's very scared.
I thought
Cowers in fear as he's sort of just bowing almost as he's leaving.
Killjoy. I thought he said that we didn't have any body heat. I thought that was
Yes.
I thought he knew.
No. I'm a jazz club owner. I have
I'm
ties
sorry,
to
man.
gangs, nothing more.
When he referenced that, I thought he was in the know. I apologize.
He'll keep his mouth shut. He knows it's profitable for him. But it's best for him to know as little as possible and not pry.
I
Not know
understand.
what he could pry into.
JK, you can see, obviously can't hear, but you can see they're talking, and you can see the policeman who's very scared all of a sudden, and he's running inside, and they're just standing halfway there.
So what I'm thinking is, we create a loud distraction, blowing up the stolen car, and then I can apparate something that would definitely get the attention, especially of the specialists within that building. And then you can go in there, do your Killjoy thing, and get her out. What do you think of that?
I think we should consult JK. At least. Especially before you blow up the car he's in.
Well, of course. Of course, yes.
He's tough, he can take it.
Ah, yes. Kaboom.
Come on then. I'll start to head back towards the car.
Mm-hmm.
You come back.
Yeah.
You sit down, and I'm thinking of you. If any of you are familiar with, like, the law.
Being in gangs.
I think you would perhaps, like, if you jailbreak her, she would become fugitive.
Yeah.
And you have about 10 hours till dawn to figure something out.
Yeah. And currently what I'm trying to do is not to blow up a car and make a massive explosion that would become newsworthy and all of this stuff. Like, we want her out, but
I got you. I just, from what he
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
I thought her goose is already cooked as far as
Did
that's
you,
what
by
I
the
got
way,
out of it.
relay information you gained, or?
Yes, we tell you all about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the special soldiers would make sure that nothing would appear on the news about her.
That's true.
Like,
I think they already
even if
have her. Yeah.
Yeah, but even if she escapes, it's obviously antigen. If she escapes, they're gonna make sure that it's a tight lid on it. They don't want it to become public knowledge.
It's usually terrorism or weird animal attacks.
Exactly.
Like, as I said, like, I think her goose is already cooked in that regard. Like, they're holding her in custody. He said they have her hopped up on something. They have her sedated or
It's
whatever.
probably the stuff that was injected into Killjoy and Naomi yesterday.
Mhm. So, I think a loud option might be the only one.
you can't.
I mean, I could cause a distraction myself.
Hmm.
Who wouldn't come running out for a dancing skeleton?
Oh my god. Well, we can't break the masquerade too bad. You know what I mean? Like,
They won't know it was us necessarily. What is your first thought when you think of a dancing skeleton? Is it a vampire?
but it would.
If I
What
may
is
be
the?
so frank.
And I kind of looking at it like, what is the cameralist thing about that? Like, the other creatures. Like, I ran into some bullshit today. Like, is
Wait,
it
what?
all creatures or is it just us?
No clue.
Okay.
I don't associate with the camera much.
You know Nathaniel's opinion on it.
Hmm.
Wait, you said you ran into someone today?
Yeah. I ran into somebody. No need to go into it, but yeah, we're not alone out there. Is all I'll say about it.
Oh, I know a lot about that.
But I leave it up to you, Killjoy. What do you want to do? She's your woman.
It's not my woman.
She is very pretty though.
She's a woman who has my name. That's what I'm worried about.
Perhaps there is another way to enter the building except for the front. Or smash through a wall. I don't know your capabilities.
Smashing through a wall would be tough and loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if there's some way that there could be some error and you can walk out with her. I don't want...
If antigen is inside, you don't want to enter on your own.
Exactly. Is there some way to bring them out?
Mm-hmm.
Explosion. Dancing
Explosion.
skeleton.
Dancing skeleton and an apparition, maybe all of
Yeah.
them at the same time. Extra kick.
The thought also occurs to you all that this is not only bad for her, it's bad for all of you. So perhaps other people would be inclined to do something.
Oh, we could probably call for help.
Yes. Who, how, when, how quickly? They had helmets, didn't they? Face covering, visors, electronics, therefore I'm guessing. We can devise some form of EMP bomb and will disable both the cameras and the visors. Means that those special police officers will be rendered useless, effectively. Their
I mean, we do have some contact with the La Sombra at least.
And they are good with these electrics.
They make them go sometimes.
Well, we should get in contact with Miss Wright then, I believe.
They don't show up on cameras either.
She infiltrates. I think it's a better plan than an explosion.
I see
have
your
the
point.
explosion at the same point, after she infiltrates, making some of the police run out. Giving her a cleaner escape, if anything.
Who's her sire? Do we know?
Elaine?
Yeah.
Nathaniel.
We can get him involved. And her sister.
They'll have to be. They will be the persons that she knows most intimately.
Valid.
This is...
But if they're coming, they'll most likely bring along the child of Malakov as well. And perhaps even Gabriel.
Yeah, this might need to be a team effort.
Well, at least we know the quickest way from here to the bar.
Yes.
Right.
And you know where she is.
We passed on the most helpful message we could. Now time to plan.
Alrighty.
And
Ignition on the car.
Yeah. I'll say, sorry if this killed your vibes.
No. It's alright.
I'll let you have like one last scene before we end tonight. If there's anything you want to do or where you want to go. I think the planning should be left for next session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't have time for jailbreak right now.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Jake is just gonna head back to his haven.
Do you want me to drop you off, or...?
He'll walk.
Okay.
So you're planning to regroup later?
Yeah, I think I'll give you one of the satellite phones as well. I was given, because there were 6 of them. And they only call each other. And I will have plugged in all the numbers to each other.
Lovely.
But just giving them numbers, not names. But yeah, we can call now and get in contact pretty safely.
You still have 10 hours till dawn.
Yeah.
So there's a while till to make a plan.
But the longer she's there, the worse it gets as well. Like, the chance of them finding out something, or...
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing to her in there.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that tests were taken on her?
Your guess would be she's only kept there till she can be transported to something else.
But who knows when that's going to be, right?
And then she's probably gonna be off the grid.
The other thing is, like, you can't hold someone for more than 24 hours without charging them with something, but you can just charge them with something.
And also, if they have a funny way with, if you're a terrorist, all of a sudden all of your rights are gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right.
So
Or not human, as well.
Well, terrorists
with
in the
antigen.
public side.
yeah, terrorist in the public eyes.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we're gonna leave it here in the car as you talk and you ponder of how you want to do it. And you're driving towards Johan's Haven to drop him off, perhaps pick something up. I don't know if you had anything special in mind.
If JK's okay with me dropping him off, or if he's like, stop here, and then I'll walk the rest, because I don't know how secretive he is. Yeah.
More like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's not have you walk from opposite the police station. But apart from that, your life's your own.
And then I'll take Killjoy back if he's okay, or I might be the same arrangement back to his haven or whatever.
You ain't seeing my haven. I don't think I'll be going back, to be honest. That might just be it. Who knows?
I got you.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we end tonight.